My name is Takashi Shibuya. I work for a company that produces stationery items. I'm currently working in project marketing.
Hey, Shibuya! That last project was a big hit! Upper management is real happy with the results.
Miss Suzuki, thanks so much. I'm more of the quiet type. Not all the popular with my coworkers, but the project I come up with do well, and I get considerable praise from my bosses.
You have real talent, Mr. Shibuya. You really should have more confidence in yourself.
Thank you, Miss Suzuki. So honored to be praised by you, Miss Suzuki.
You're overreacting.
Why do you always blurt out the stupidest lines, for God's sake? I try very hard at work, but privately I'm not very talkative, and I was never able to get a real girlfriend. I really like my boss, Miss Suzuki, but the other day when she was leaving the office, I was really nervous, and I was going to say goodbye. But, like a complete dork, I said goodbye. She just looked at me and smiled. Man, I was so embarrassed that I buried my head in my laptop. I have a huge crush on her, but I'm such a whip that I can't do anything about it. But I'm still 32. My life is just beginning. I still got a chance of her. Just have to keep trying, and someday my wish will come true. But then one thing, things changed for the worst. It changed when a new recruit named Ken Yaguchi showed up.
I was a sales rep at a major car dealer before coming here. Marketing is my specialty. TY to you all.
He was assigned to my section and started working under me. His style's a bit flashy, but he seems to be a good talker. The last TY, does that mean thank you? The guy seemed the complete opposite of me, but he was assigned to me, so I figured I should teach him the ropes. Hey, Mr. Yaguchi, I'm Shibuya. Call me Taka if you like. I'll be teaching you how things are done around here.
Yeah, great, Taka. That makes you my boss, huh? I see. Okay, right.
Excuse me, Mr. Yaguchi? He looked me over from head to toe as if trying to form an impression of me, and then he snickered.
How old are you, Taka?
Huh? Me? 32, why?
Really? 32, huh? Man, you're pretty old.
Pardon me? 32 is old? I was astonished that he would say such a thing in front of everybody present. Wait, no way is 32 old. What is he talking about? How can 32 be old? I'm just a kid for crying out loud. It seemed my reaction to what he said was obvious from my expression, and he turned to me and smirked.
Not 23 for your information. From a guy in his 20s, 32 is like grandpa territory.
Grandpa? Wish he would stop with the squeaky, irritating voice. His comments irked me as I was momentarily confused. Get your act together, man. I'm his boss. I'm supposed to be teaching him the ropes. It's my job to teach him this job, as well as how to be a proper member of society. Okay, why don't we get started in your training? But before we do that, there's something I want you to know that's necessary to be part of civilized society.
Necessary to be part of civilized society? Are you for real, man?
I'm talking about just that. A disrespectful attitude. First off, the way you sit in that chair. If you sit slouched back like that, it will give customers a bad impression. It reflects not only on you, but also on the company you represent.
I see nothing wrong with sitting like this.
He soon grew bored of my advice and started twirling his pen between his fingers. If you give others a bad impression, it will reflect negatively on you. That wouldn't be good for you in the long run, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess so.
And also the way you talk. You better gradually change that tone.
Huh? Why? What's wrong with my tone?
The tone expressions you use now only generates a negative reaction from others, that's why. No matter what I said, he continued to lean back in his chair, kept twirling that pen between his fingers, and of course his sassy attitude didn't change a bit. He would look over at me and smirk, and look at me with disdain.
You're so damn old-fashioned. Sure you're not like 60?
Old-fashioned?
Yeah, well anyways, I'll keep what you said in mind.
Really? Just in this conversation alone, he snickered at me like 3 or 4 times. Are young kids all like this nowadays? I just met the guy and I'm already frustrated.
Man, Yaguchi, you're so easy to talk to, man.
Yeah, and you always seem one step ahead of us. Sure glad the new guy's so competent. Huh? Really? I'm just a new kid on the block, and I got a lot to learn.
Could say that again. Do those guys really think he's such a great guy? Because he was doing sales at his last job, he was a good talker, and he was able to put on a positive vibe. He could sweet talk anybody in the office. But whenever he would talk to me, he was always patronizing, snickering at my every comment.
Yeah, right. I already know that. Let's go on to the next one.
Yes, okay. It was as if he was my superior.
Looks like Mr. Shibuya is in a jam again.
Mr. Yaguchi acts differently when he talks with Mr. Shibuya, don't you think?
Yeah, he's kind of an easy target.
What makes things worse is that instead of taking my side, they would laugh alongside him. Oh boy, almost seems like I'm badgering him. Or maybe I am badgering him. My confidence has dropped as his skyrockets. Nevertheless, I have a job to do. I can't have this hinder my job performance. I have to do my job and properly teach this new kid his responsibilities. In this dismal atmosphere, a new product geared towards junior and high school students got underway. This new project will be decided through an in-house competition from employees submitting their ideas. I was prepping various ideas for this project. Alright, I better focus on this new project. Maybe Miss Suzuki will praise me again. That would really heighten my spirits. I smiled at the thought, and then proceeded to present my idea. All staff members were present as well as Miss Suzuki. Looks like the higher-ups are positive about my ideas. Just as I relaxed and I felt a sense of relief at the response. I was astonished to suddenly hear laughter in the meeting room. I looked around to see who it was. It was Yaguchi. He had his head down and trying desperately to hold back laughter.
That's so totally lame. Do you really think that's gonna sell?
Lame? Huh? I've never attended a project meeting where someone used that word, much less someone laughing at a colleague's presentation. I was dumbfounded by his comments, but he wasn't finished yet.
That's probably the youngest guy here. I have to say, Mr. Shibuya's idea is not only lame, it's way behind the times. I knew it was old-timey stuff once I heard it.
What exactly is old-timey as you put it?
All of it. The color, the design, every aspect of it screams prehistoric. No way young people will go for that.
The project was geared towards female users, so I mainly incorporated Art Deco type designs and used pastel colors. Is he saying that this is lame? Did I get my research wrong? He's obviously not a high schooler, but he is young. Which means, maybe my ideas are outdated. So, any ideas I present turns out to be lame? As I was feeling lost and discouraged by his comments, someone in the audience raised her hand.
Pardon me, I'd like to make a suggestion.
Miss Suzuki. She looked at the managers in the room.
Why don't we have actual youngsters view them and see their reaction?
The managers looked at each other in agreement.
We'll use monitors. As a matter of fact, my niece is in high school and this new item is geared towards them. I'll have her recruit other classmates as testers and get their reactions.
Yes, that might be the best way. We'll get a fresh take on it. Let's give it a try. I thought Mr. Shibuya's ideas were wonderful.
We can't ignore Mr. Yaguchi's comments either.
Okay, I'll set things up. We'll use different ideas and schedule a monitoring session.
But...
It seemed Yaguchi wasn't expecting this outcome and was a little taken aback, but Miss Suzuki got things rolling without missing a beat, and a monitoring session was set for the following week.
Hey, Taka! Great ideas back there!
Miss Suzuki! Yeah, thanks! Immediately after the meeting, she approached me smiling. When she placed her hand on my shoulder, it felt like a bolt of lightning had hit me.
We'll see if your project idea will be a success.
Huh? I looked up at her. She was looking intently into my eyes. Oh, I get it. She threw me a lifeline back there. Once I realized that, my confidence grew and I was feeling elated. I appreciate it, Miss Suzuki. After Yaguchi said my idea was lame, I lost confidence in myself. But Miss Suzuki and the manager said my idea was great, so I better not let them down.
Huh, what a bunch of BS.
I didn't notice that Yaguchi was standing right nearby, glaring at me with contempt. 1 week later.
Wow! Is this where you work, Sumika? Awesome! What did I just tell you, Ayane? Here in the office, I want you to call me Miss Suzuki. Hey, everyone! Check this out! Look at all the dreary adults staring at their computers! Looks like everyone's studying for a test or something. What are they doing over there? Okay, girls, the meeting room is over here. We're not at a theme park for Pete's sake. Sure thing, Miss Suzuki. Come on, everyone, you heard the boss.
High school girls seemed overjoyed to be here.
This is my niece Akane and her classmates. They'll be participating in today's monitoring session.
Nice to meet you all. Thanks for coming today. I'm Shibuya. I work under Miss Suzuki. After I introduced myself and welcomed them, they seemed overwhelmed by the business-like atmosphere.
Okay then, let's have them look at the products, shall we?
Yes, right away. The meeting room was attended by my coworkers and managers, as well as several other staffers who wanted to attend to gain some experience. And of course, Yaguchi was there too, looking a bit apprehensive. These are the new concept stationery items. The new prototypes items were laid out neatly on the table before them. I wanted to get their first reaction to seeing them laid out like that, as the attendees watched.
Wow, this is so cute! The color is really awesome. I love it. Check this out. I want to use this at school.
They picked out my ideas first. Out of the various project ideas displayed, the girls went straight for mine.
Huh?
When Yaguchi saw the reaction, he frowned like he'd bit into a lemon.
I want to buy this as soon as it's on sale. Me too. This is totally awesome.
I was relieved to see that the girls were so excited about my ideas. What a relief! They love it! Right at that moment, Yaguchi, who was standing there, a little thrown off balance by the unexpected reaction, suddenly spoke up.
Huh? That reaction seems a little phony. Sure you girls weren't bribed before coming in here?
Huh?
What do you mean by bribed? Yeah, what's he mean by that? I actually don't like his tone, that's for sure.
The girls all stopped talking at the sudden interruption and looked at each other puzzled. Yaguchi looked proud of himself as he smirked. Miss Suzuki was annoyed by his comment and was about to speak up.
Mr. Yaguchi, that was...
Yeah, that wasn't called for, Yaguchi! Before Miss Suzuki could continue, it was me that spoke up. He probably wanted to disparage me again in front of everyone, but to disrespect the girls like that was unforgivable. These girls took the time to come all the way here today and simply stated their true feelings, and for you to accuse them for being bribed is totally out of line. I want you to apologize to them right this minute.
Huh? Apologize? Why do I do that?
For your lack of respect. And they didn't receive any bribe, as you put it. They came all the way here, cooperating with our market research. That's no way to treat them. What you said was a complete insult. Apologize, or there'll be consequences. As his immediate boss, I had to take a stand, or he would continue with this attitude. He'll probably just brush it aside and call me an old fogey or something.
What are you so upset about? You old-timer types are always like this.
As I expected, he snickered and started in the old retort.
You're so awesome!
It seems as if Yaguchi was going to lay in with his usual knee-jerk reaction, but...
Awesome? What's so awesome about that?
He turned red-faced, not expecting such a reaction for these high school girls. To his chagrin, the girls were staring at me with admiration.
So, that's what it's like to be a real man! Yeah, so awesome! I wish our teachers at school were like Mr. Shibuya! And who is that guy? Is he a visiting student or something?
Huh? I'm not a student.
Don't tell me that guy works here. It sure doesn't look that way.
Huh? But I work here,
I bet that guy thinks he's cool or something. Man, he's totally missing the point.
Huh? Missing the point.
How lame!
Ugh.
The girls laughed at him, insulting him relentlessly, so much so that he went beet red with shame. But the girls weren't about to let him off the hook just yet.
I really hate guys like him. Yeah, the know-it-all types that always cause people to feel ashamed. Big yikes. I know, he's so cringe.
Cringe?
Sorry to interrupt, but maybe we should give it a break, huh? I was feeling a bit sorry for the guy. He looked like he was about to cry. The girls turned towards me. To my surprise, they were looking at me with adoration, almost like hero worship.
Such a cool attitude. So patient and cool.
Cool, huh?
It's so cool to have such a mature and composed guy around. Yeah, unlike some people here. With a guy like Mr. Shibuya around, the other guy looks like a child. Hey, how old are you anyways? What's your type? A girl like me, maybe? You're pretty bold, Ayane. Yeah, I want to know too.
Hold on, girls. The whole meeting was way off course. Now I was really confused.
Hold it right there. We're not here to interrogate Mr. Shibuya. We're here to do a job.
Miss Suzuki stepped in just in time to save the day.
Sorry about that, Taka. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. To be honest, I was a bit overwhelmed by the youthful energy of the girls. I looked over at Yaguchi and he was even more overwhelmed than I was.
I'm cringe? Really?
He looked like he was muttering to himself. Apparently, the onslaught he experienced with the girls took its toll on him. The project idea of mine was a total success with the girls, and I was asked to lead the project launch for the new stationery items.
Hey, Taka! We just released the new items and it's a big hit!
Really? That's great! As we had perceived, the items were a huge hit with the high school girls.
Hey Taka, congrats on that last project. I'm sorry mine didn't pass, but it's hard to beat your creativity.
Me too. I realized I wasn't trying hard enough like you. I'll do better next time.
Come on, everyone. You all did great. From then on, my coworkers ceased to laugh or poke fun at me.
But I have to say, that was a disappointing Yaguchi. I thought he was a fun and energetic, but when it came to work, a total dud.
And he was saying all those awful things about you to try to drag you down. He sure pulled the wool over our eyes. We're so sorry, Taka.
No problem. I didn't even notice. I'm fine.
You never say much, but you are a much better person than Yaguchi.
Yaguchi was always saying I was outdated, or that I was old-fashioned, but after the high school girls put him in his place, he was devastated by the realization that my ideas were a hit, and that caused everyone to doubt his very existence. After that incident, he stopped coming to the office. I wonder if he's gonna quit. As his immediate boss, I had a responsibility and made the necessary inquiries. That's when I found out that he acted the same way at his old job. Apparently, when he worked at that car dealer, he wasn't able to show promise but continued to talk big and give the impression of success. He was eventually looked down on with disdain by his coworkers and was forced to resign, and ended up here. But he managed to repeat his ways here, and in the end, he failed to show up at work, and one day, we learned he had resigned.
You really shouldn't feel responsible. He had too much pride. He wasn't able to accept your advice, which led to his downfall. People like that need to learn the hard way if they're gonna get through life.
Yes, I'm sure you're right, Miss Suzuki. I later heard from a colleague of mine, when those girls said he was so cringe, was what really devastated him. Apparently, he has given up on sales work and is currently quietly sticking to desk work. I even heard he dyed his hair black and dresses modestly not to attract attention.
Hey, Mr. Shibuya!
Hey Yanni, how are you? Thanks for last month, girls. The product you appraised was a huge success. It's all thanks to you all. As a token of my appreciation, I invited the girls out for some sweets at a local restaurant. Miss Suzuki joined us as well. Actually, it was Miss Suzuki's suggestion to invite the girls out for sweets. As I was looking towards Miss Suzuki and thanking her for her help, I noticed Ayane was closely watching us.
Hey, Sumika, you really should make your move soon or another woman will get to Mr. Shibuya first. Huh?
She turned bright red, but she didn't seem all that offended. Make her move, huh? What kind of move could that be, I wonder? I was feeling euphoric just imagining such a scenario. Thanks so much for all your help this past month, Miss Suzuki. After we exited the restaurant, I thanked her as we headed to this train station. It was because you arranged that monitoring session that led to my success. It gave me confidence in myself. And you don't know how much I appreciate it, Miss Suzuki.
Well, to tell you the truth, your idea was the best. I knew it would be a success.
Really?
Yes, I couldn't forgive Yaguchi for degrading you like that. It was unforgivable.
She's so considerate, not only to me, but toward all our coworkers. I really love that about her. Man, I wish I could call her Sumika one of these days. That image popped into my head and I smiled like an idiot.
Hey, Taka, you know what? I'm gonna go right out and say it. I've always liked you.
Huh? You, Miss Suzuki?
Yes, Ayane is right. I had to come out and say it. People say I'm cold and too business-minded, but you never seemed that way. You would always listen intently and even enjoyed my advice. Your attitude towards me gave me confidence, and so I want to thank you for that.
I was giving her confidence? Really?
So, I was thinking, you don't have to or anything, but, would you go out with me?
This is the first time I ever saw her nervous and at a loss for words. I wasn't much better. Yes, sure. Me too. I always liked you too, Miss Suzuki.
Wasn't that lovely? I can subscribe for more videos. See you again!